Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for recognizing the work of CSCA Voice members. My name is Lisa Price, and I am the former two-time elected Nassau County CSCA Voice chapter rep. For over 20 years, I owned and operated Little Wonder Family Group Daycare, located in West Hempstead. By being a member and a leader of CSCA Voice, I soon realized that CSCA provided family childcare programs with new purpose, new vision, and the power to have their childcare homes recognized as businesses that serve their communities with pride. The providers found their voice through CSCA. During our first contact with the Child Care Council of Nassau, we were both unsure of how each organization represented the providers. After that initial meeting, a mutual relationship developed, and since then, CSCA Voice and Child Care Council of Nassau has worked tirelessly together to assist and guide providers in Nassau County. During the recent COVID-19 pandemic, Child Care Council of Nassau reached out to CSCA Voice for assistance in distributing PPE supplies to providers. Several providers dedicated their personal time packing and distributing those PPE supplies at the Child Care Council of Nassau and CSCA offices. This distribution was held on several occasions thanks to the committed work of both CSCA Voice and the Child Care Council. Because of the overwhelming need and lack of space, the Child Care Council reached out once again to CSCA Voice for additional assistance. With the help of one of the distributors, Mercy Hospital, delivering the PPE, and our union members assembling the supplies and packaging bags, we were able to distribute the PPE to any provider in Nassau County who needed them. CSCA provided extended hours for all and made personal deliveries to someone possible. The collaboration of CSCA Voice and the Child Care Council made it possible for many providers to survive during one of the hardest times in child care history. Now, as we move into a new era and new leadership, I am honored to be handing over the reins to Ms. Jana Rodriguez, the newly elected Nassau County CSCA Voice chapter rep. CSCA Voice is proud and honored of what we have accomplished working alongside the Child Care Council of Nassau, and we are looking forward to what we will achieve together in the future. On behalf of CSCA Voice, we would like to thank you for this prestigious award.
Hi, this is Rebecca Sannon, President and CEO at the Health and Welfare Council of Long Island. So excited to celebrate the anniversary celebration of the Child Care Council of Nassau County. The Child Care Council of Nassau County is an institution that is absolutely vital to families, to growing families, to young children, to our communities, to our schools, because the work that is done at the Child Care Council really impacts the greatest years of brain development, the years in which the trajectory of the lifespan is determined. And I've had a special relationship with this organization. Certainly at the Health and Welfare Council, the Child Care Council is a key partner. Joy serves on our leadership committee, our governance committee of our Health Equity Alliance. And certainly it's an organization that we partner with on so many health and human service issues. But prior to that, for many, many years, at the very beginning of my career, and probably for about 10 or 15 years, I trained early childhood teachers at the Child Care Council in Nassau. And those days when I was doing those trainings, they were some of my favorite days, quite frankly, because I was always so inspired by the extraordinary work of folks who choose to dedicate their lives to making sure that the lives of our youngest citizens, our youngest community members, are as beautiful as they can be, that children can shine their bright light, that our future can be bright, because we're investing in the most important years in the lifespan. So congratulations, Joy. Congratulations to the staff at the council. You're doing amazing work, and it is such a privilege to be your partner.
Hi, my name is Matt Cohen. I'm President and CEO of the Long Island Association, which is the leading business organization for the region. It's our 96th year, which is pretty amazing. And our mission includes promoting economic development, creating new jobs, spurring growth, and advocating on behalf of the business community here on Long Island. You know, childcare is personal to me. I have an 11-year-old son, and I was blessed to have high quality childcare when he was younger. Really blessed. And that's part of why it's so important to me personally. You know, like I said, he's 11 now, but also professionally, because the pandemic even showed more so how childcare is not just a family issue, it's an economic development issue. It's an economic imperative. We need to have accessible, available, affordable, high quality childcare. That's good for the business community as well as for working families. You know, I'm honored, really honored to be honored tonight by the Child Care Council of Nassau. They're a great organization. Thank you to Joy Connolly, who runs it. You do an incredible job. I actually this summer was appointed the chairperson of the board for the Child Care Council of Suffolk. Sorry, it's not Nassau, but I live in Comac, so that's why I'm doing it with the Child Care Council of Suffolk, which I joined the board as a regular board member more than a decade ago when I started here at the LIA for that very reason, because I had a young son who was in childcare. It was personal to me, and I knew that it was important for our economy. So I'm really glad to be here. I think the Child Care Council of Nassau does very important work, training childcare workers, creating economic opportunities for both working moms and working dads. And I couldn't be prouder to be associated with the Child Care Council of Nassau, as well as the Child Care Council of Suffolk as its chairperson. Thanks, everybody.
Welcome to Harbor Child Care. My name is Florence Barbour, and I am the Executive Director of this Early Childhood Program. I am here also as a board member of the Child Care Council of Nassau. I am coming to say thank you to the Child Care Council of Nassau for supporting our families and our children for 50 years in Nassau County. I thank you for being a support as well as undergirding us in everything that we do, from teachers, professional development, to coaching, to just supporting our parents and everything that they need in terms of early childhood care. So thank you, the Child Care Council. And here's to 50 more years of service. Now, on that note, I must leave you and go to work.
Come on, kids! I'm gonna put it on. Let's go! You ready? Are you ready?
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Anissa Moore, and I am the Deputy County Executive for Health and Human Services. Truly, it is an honor to be recognized this year by the Child Care Council of Nassau for their 50th anniversary gala. I've been serving as an educator for over 25 years, and my passion for youth began somewhere around 1991 when I started my first tutoring program during my graduate school years in Brooklyn, New York. And although I moved quickly to make the transition into teaching higher education and ultimately becoming a community college professor right here at Nassau Community College, my heart for youth and to help youth and families never ceased. I actually moved forward with doing mission work, literacy work, actually serving every summer in the Mississippi Delta with a literacy program to really empower youth as well as their families. And I had the opportunity to do that for over 10 years and then moved on to Detroit, Michigan to do that for a short length of time. But in 2017, something amazing happened. I had the opportunity to serve on the Long Beach City Council. And in 2018, I found out that basically some of the programming had changed, and we discovered that K-5 had shifted in terms of looking at homework and the value of homework to reinforce some of the learning concepts. And when we found out that K-5 was going through a shift and they were going to change in terms of allocating homework or distributing homework, we decided that we wanted to reach out to those children, predominantly children of color, who lived in the community, who really needed the homework as reinforcement of the concepts learned during class. And so I was able to partner with the Darby Foundation, Chris Arsenault, and we decided we were going to run this Long Beach STEAM Academy. And the rest is history. we were able to move forward with reaching out to some of the children who were economically disadvantaged. We reached out to the two housing complexes in the city, and we were able to move forward with our Long Beach STEAM Academy. And at the end of our first year, I had the opportunity to meet two amazing people, Joy Connolly and Sandra Sr., and they really encouraged me in my work to really move forward with our after-school program. And the after-school program still remains. We're still helping and serving young people within the community. The program has expanded and we're able to move forward with yoga. And yoga has been amazing in terms of addressing a lot of the stress and the mental health issues that we discovered during the pandemic. But we were able to feed our children during the pandemic. We were able to move forward and reconnect with them after the pandemic. The Long Beach STEAM Academy still remains. Our children have the opportunity to have access to music instruction, yoga, after-school programming, penmanship skills, media, computer skills, and I could go on. But the point is this, we were able to, through the encouragement of the Child Care Council, to move forward as a community. And I believe that that is a living legacy, and it speaks to the power of the Child Care Council of Nassau, that this is the work that you do. So I want to just pause right here and say thank you. Thank you for your advocacy. Thank you for your passion to transform the lives of young people throughout our county. And I am honored to serve and to be your Deputy County Executive. And I believe during this season, I'm excited about new and amazing partnerships that we'll forge together at this time, because I am also an advocate. And I look forward to serving not only the Child Care Council of Nassau, but helping so many youth agencies and organizations that we can truly transform every child's life, to transform families and to ultimately transform Nassau County. So thank you again for this honor, and I look forward to the amazing work in the years to come. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Joy and team, for allowing me to send this in and be technology fancy. My name is Nora Yates. I'm the Deputy Commissioner in the Division of Child Care Services at the New York State Office of Children and Family Services. I want to thank you so much for honoring Robin and nominating Robin Beller for tonight's awardee. We're so proud of Robin, and we're so proud of the Long Island Regional Office and all of her contributions and her team's contributions to supporting the health, safety, and success of our early care and learning professionals on Long Island. We're so proud to have Robin be a part of our organization for 18 years. She's made a tremendous impact, not only on Long Island, but statewide, as a leader in a child care program, working with children with special needs, partnering with our First Nations partners on Long Island and statewide and nationally. So I just really want to appreciate that she has played an instrumental role, and we're so grateful for all of your work and partnership in supporting the child care providers and most importantly, the families and children that we all serve. Thank you so much.
Hello. About 4 decades ago, I was speaking to a professor who had just had her first child. Coming back from maternity leave, I went to go see her, and I asked how she and her baby were doing. Listening to her and watching her eyes fill up with tears as she spoke to me about needing to find her newborn care was both heart-wrenching and eye-opening to me at the same time. What are parents' real options? I thought to myself. As I walked away from this conversation, it was at that moment I knew I wanted to make a difference for parents and their children, to provide a safe space for children when they were not able to be home with their parents. I didn't know it at the time, or I didn't know how at the time, although I knew that was the time it became my passion. I started out getting my associate's degree in early childhood education. Right after I graduated with my associates, I took a job as a toddler teacher. I absolutely love toddlers. They are real, curious, experimental, and they're the most honest people that I know. During the evening hours, I picked up 2 part-time jobs and would attend night school working toward my bachelor's degree. It was time for me to move on from my toddler experience, and I was offered a job as an assistant director and a preschool teacher. Years later, I found myself as a very young director for a program of more than 350 children. It didn't take me long to realize I didn't know much what I was doing at this time. So I found a college, and at the time there were few options, although in Vermont, I found one that had a dual degree, a bachelor's that offered childcare management and human resource management degree. I dove in during evening hours, trying to get a better understanding of the business aspect of childcare. At the time, I was working for an agency who started to do fundraising to build a new childcare program from the ground up, which I was extremely excited about. Working on the design, setting up the classroom, purchasing the materials was another new and awesome experience in the childcare world for me. After I directed the new program for a while, I somehow heard about the New York State Child Care Coordinating Council, which is now called the Early Care and Learning Council. This job was to research, write, and facilitate child care management topics for directors throughout New York State. I met so many wonderful, amazing, hardworking directors that were as passionate about childcare as I have been. There were times that topics came up that I realized I didn't know much about what was going on there either sometimes. So it was time for me to go back and get my master's in business administration this time. As I was finishing up my MBA, I had an interview for the New York State Office of Children and Family Services. And well, that's where it all started. It's been almost 19 years that I've been at the Long Island Regional Office as the regional manager. When I first came to OCFS, I realized quickly that there was an us and them mentality between the office and our providers. I was not understanding this concept at all. Our office has spent the last 19 years working hard to bridge partnerships and relationships, not only to our partners, yet our entire Long Island childcare community. The Child Care Council of Nassau is certainly one of our most valued partners. Working together for providers to provide regulation updates, helping programs through enforcement process to become stronger, working together through Superstorm Sandy, and most recently through COVID, with updates, distribution of supplies, grants, and the overall support we could all give to our Long Island programs. The list goes on, Joy Conley. You and all of your team at the Child Care Council of Nassau are an amazing group of people that make this partnership easy. Anytime I reach out to you, you respond immediately for me and for our community. The Child Care Council of Nassau brings knowledge, integrity, and timeless support in all that you do. Your lending hands and willingness to always be at the table inspires me every day. I am humbled, honored, and so grateful to be thought of during your 50th anniversary celebration. Few things would keep me from being a part of such a special celebration tonight, although my back surgery is one of those few things. Please know how grateful I am for this acknowledgement, and more importantly, our partnership, and how special it is to work with so many wonderful providers, educators, and leaders on Long Island. It is more than a privilege. Together, we are stronger. Thank you so much. In gratitude.
Hi, I'm Vivian Stein, Director at Academic Munchkins in Valley Stream. Being a child care provider and essential care worker during this COVID-19 pandemic has been really challenging. I've been fearful for my employees and their families and our families at Academic Munchkins during this time. The Child Care Council has been really supportive, as well emotionally, as well as providing us with some of the essential items that we needed, such as masks, gloves, hand sanitizer. Thank you, Child Care Council of Nassau. We love you.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Spencer, Infant Toddler Specialist with the Child Care Council of Nassau. Fred Rogers once said, "I hope you're proud of the times you've said yes, when all it meant was extra work for you and was seemingly helpful only to somebody else." Thank you so much for all of your dedication to early childhood and saying yes in so many ways. You are so appreciated. Thank you.